Okay.
Check it out. Buffer zones in Massachusetts since the 90s have been in effect around abortion clinics to protect patients and doctors from violent, misogynistic fanatics.
Right.
Those buffer zones were put in place as a result of attempts to bomb clinics. There is a whole movement in this country that will tell you that abortion doctors are murderers. We're here to say that abortion providers are heroes. And abortion is a basic and necessary right for women to participate equally in every realm of society. For women to be able to decide when and whether they become a mother and not at all, if that is what they decide. So 1 week ago today, the Supreme Court that claims to be acting in your interests and for people's freedoms reversed and banned the buffer zone laws in Massachusetts, calling into question buffer zones protecting abortion clinics and women all across this country. Monday, the Supreme Court that claims to represent your interests voted in favor of Hobby Lobby, a Christian fundamentalist organization, 500 stores across this country, that refused to give their female employees birth control as part of their health care plan. The Supreme Court ruled unanimously against buffer zones protecting abortion clinics and women, and ruled 5-4 in favor of the corporation that's saying that because of their religious freedom, women do not have the right to birth control as part of their health insurance. It is time for everybody who is pro-choice to wake up and take to the streets and stop waiting for the courts and stop waiting for the Democrats to change an all-out assault, to change the direction that this country is headed in, which is against women, against abortion rights, and now even against birth control. These are people who believe that women belong in the home. These are people who believe that women should submit to their husbands. And these are people who believe in a literal interpretation of the Old Testament that says that women are responsible for the original sin. This is what's being legislated in this so-called democracy. And right now, there are 6 states that have only 1 clinic in the entire state. The last clinic in the entire state of Mississippi, serving mainly women of color and low-income women and young women, is waiting to hear the decision of the 5th Circuit Court whether or not they will be shut down and there will be no clinic in Mississippi. The South is being turned into a desert of reproductive health care, abortion rights, and women's rights. Right now in Texas, you may have heard of the Wendy Davis filibuster 1 year ago. The people stormed the legislature and made their voices heard. Wendy Davis stood with them, and then 1 week later,